The real cost of owning a car in Canada in 2026. Most Canadians underestimate it by $12,000. $1,373. That is what owning a car in Canada costs the average driver every single month in 2026. Not the purchase price. Not the loan. The full, real, all-in monthly cost of keeping that car on the road. That is $20,160 a year, walking out of your household every 12 months, quietly, in pieces, spread across a dozen different bills, and most Canadians have never added it all up. Today, we're going to add it all up, every cost. The ones you know about and the ones you've been ignoring. And at the end, I'm going to show you exactly what that money could be doing instead. Stay with me, because the biggest cost on this list is one that never shows up in your bank statement, and it's destroying your net worth in slow motion. What most Canadians think their car costs. Here's how most Canadians calculate their car costs in their head. Car payment, maybe $500 a month. Gas, call it $150. Insurance, $150. That's $800. Manageable. Worth it for the convenience. That mental math leaves out 5 significant costs that most people either don't think about, don't calculate, or deliberately avoid thinking about. And together, those 5 missing costs add up to somewhere between $500 and $700 every single month on top of what you're already accounting for. That gap between what Canadians think their car costs and what it actually costs is where thousands of dollars disappear every year. Not stolen. Not wasted on something obvious. Just quietly unaccounted for. Let's go through every single cost, line by line, with real 2026 numbers.
The full cost breakdown, every line. Car payment, $650 a month, $7,800 per year. Car insurance, $164 a month, $1,973 per year. Gas, average 13,000 kilometers per year, $148 a month, $1,773 per year. Maintenance and repairs, $127 a month, $1,519 per year. Depreciation, year 1 to 5, $453 a month, $5,436 per year. Licensing and registration, $18 a month, $215 per year. Parking, urban average, $58 a month, $696 per year. Winter tires plus changeover, $32 a month, $384 per year. Car washing once a month, $20 a month, $240 per year. Basic accessories, $10 a month, $120 per year. Total, $1,680 a month, $20,160 per year.
Car payment, $650 per month. The average new car in Canada now costs $63,264. Financed over 72 months at current rates, that's roughly $650 a month. That's the number most people start with. But it's only the beginning. Insurance, $164 per month, $1,973 per year. Car insurance in Canada jumped 14.4% nationally at the end of 2025. The January 2026 Consumer Price Index confirms auto insurance is up 5.5% year over year nationally, and in Alberta, drivers are paying 17% more than last year. The average Canadian is now paying nearly $2,000 a year just to legally drive the car they already own. Gas, $148 per month. Based on the national average driving distance of 13,000 kilometers per year and current gas prices of roughly $1.54 per liter in early 2026, the average Canadian is spending about $1,773 annually on fuel. This fluctuates significantly by province. Ontario and BC drivers pay materially more. Maintenance, $127 per month, $1,519 per year. Oil changes every 8,000 kilometers. Brake service every 40,000 kilometers. Tires every 3 to 6 years. Filter replacements. Wiper blades. The small stuff adds up faster than most people budget for. Statistics Canada puts average annual maintenance spending at $1,519, and that's before anything unexpected breaks. Depreciation, the $5,436 that never shows up in your bank statement. This is the one. This is the cost that most Canadians have genuinely never accounted for, and it is the single largest hidden expense of car ownership. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it loses 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. By year 5, most vehicles have lost 45 to 65% of their purchase price. On a $63,000 car, that first year depreciation is somewhere between $12,000 and $19,000. Averaged across the first 5 years, you're losing roughly $5,436 per year to depreciation, $453 every single month on an asset that is steadily becoming worth less. This doesn't show up in your bank statement. No bill arrives. No reminder. It just silently erodes the value of something you paid tens of thousands of dollars for. And almost nobody factors it into their monthly car budget. The lifetime cost. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Let's zoom out, because the monthly number is alarming enough, but the lifetime number is genuinely staggering. The average Canadian drives for roughly 40 years, from their early 20s to their early 60s. Most people own a car continuously that entire time, trading in for a new or newer vehicle every 8 to 9 years on average. Lifetime car ownership cost estimate, Canadian average. Annual all-in cost, 2026 data, $20,160. Years of car ownership, age 22 to 62, 40 years. Simple total, no inflation adjustment, $806,400. With 3% annual cost inflation over 40 years, lifetime cost, $1,520,000 plus. That same $1,680 per month invested in a TFSA at 8% over 40 years, $5,800,000 plus. Source, Ratehub.ca, 2026, CAA, Statistics Canada. I am not telling you to stop owning a car. For most Canadians, it's a necessity. But I want you to understand exactly what that necessity costs over a lifetime so you can make the most informed decisions possible about how much car you actually need. Because there is a massive difference between a $63,000 SUV and a $28,000 used sedan. And over 40 years of ownership, that difference compounds into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Where the $12,000 underestimate comes from. The title of this video says most Canadians underestimate their car costs by $12,000. Here's where that number comes from. The average Canadian, when asked, estimates their car costs somewhere between $700 and $900 a month. They're counting their payment, their gas, and their insurance. That's it. The actual number is $1,680. The gap is roughly $980 per month. Over 12 months, that's nearly $12,000 in unaccounted costs. Add the first year of depreciation on a new vehicle purchase and you're well past $12,000 easily. $8,000 that Canadians are spending without realizing they're spending it. And the reason it's invisible is that it doesn't arrive as a single bill. It's spread across depreciation, incremental maintenance, unexpected repairs, and slightly higher than expected insurance, none of which feels large in isolation. What to actually do about it? 5 moves. I'm not going to tell you to sell your car. For most Canadians outside a few urban cores, that's not realistic. But there are 5 specific moves that can meaningfully reduce what your car is actually costing you. Buy used, not new, and let someone else take the depreciation hit. A 3-year-old vehicle has already absorbed 40 to 50% of its total depreciation. You buy it at a fraction of the new price, and the curve flattens dramatically from there. The average used car in Canada now costs $33,000 versus $63,000 new. On comparable vehicles, that's a $30,000 difference in purchase price with only modestly higher maintenance risk. Shop your insurance every single year. Insurance companies do not reward loyalty. They reward new customers. Shopping your car insurance annually, getting 2 or 3 competing quotes, saves the average Canadian $400 to $800 per year with zero lifestyle change. This is one of the easiest wins in personal finance, and most people never do it. Drive it longer. The longer you own, the cheaper it gets. The average Canadian trades their car in every 8 to 9 years. If you extend that to 12 or 13, the math changes dramatically. The payment disappears. The depreciation curve flattens. Maintenance rises modestly, but never catches up to the cost of buying new. Build a car maintenance fund, $100 per month minimum. Most Canadians treat car repairs as a financial emergency because they haven't budgeted for them. Set up a dedicated savings account and deposit $100 to $150 a month into it. When the brakes need work or a tire blows, it's not a crisis, it's just the maintenance fund doing its job. Genuinely ask whether you need 2 cars. In a 2-car household, eliminating one vehicle saves $16,000 per year conservatively. With transit, rideshare, and remote work, many Canadian households are running 2 cars out of habit rather than necessity. Even switching one vehicle to a significantly cheaper model closes that gap meaningfully. We started with a number, $1,680 a month, $20,160 a year. Over a lifetime, well over $1 million. Most of that is unavoidable if you need a car to live your life. But a meaningful portion of it, the depreciation you take on a new vehicle, the insurance you never shop, the second car you drive out of habit, that part is a choice. And now you know it is. The one thing I want you to do today, add up your actual car costs. Not the payment and the gas, everything. Depreciation included. Write the real number down. Most people who do this exercise never look at their car the same way again. If this changed how you think about it, subscribe. Latest videos and insights on Canadian personal finance. Real numbers, nothing held back.